For more than 2 decades, if you lived in an Indian city or a bustling Tier 2 town, there was one destination that defined the weekend ritual of the Indian middle class: Big Bazaar. With its iconic yellow and orange logo, vibrant neon signboards, and the legendary slogan, "Isi Sasta or Eka Kahin Nahi," Big Bazaar was not merely a hypermarket chain, it was a national cultural phenomenon. It was the place where millions of ordinary families pushed a shopping cart for the very first time in their lives, experiencing the sheer wonder of air-conditioned aisles packed with discounted groceries, homeware, and fashionable clothing. At its peak, Big Bazaar spanned nearly 300 sprawling stores across more than 120 cities, welcoming hundreds of millions of footfalls every single year and generating billions of rupees in annual revenue. Yet today, the giant that democratized modern retail across India has vanished from the physical landscape. Its vibrant storefronts have been erased, its parent company Future Group plunged into massive bankruptcy, and its legacy swallowed whole in a dramatic corporate clash between global and domestic titans. How did India's undisputed king of retail collapse so swiftly into catastrophic ruin? This is the gripping, cautionary story of the painful downfall of Big Bazaar. To understand the monumental collapse of Big Bazaar, one must first understand the audacious mind behind it, Kishore Biyani. Born into a traditional Marwari textile trading family in Mumbai, Biyani possessed an uncanny, intuitive pulse on the aspirations of the emerging Indian consumer. In the late 1980s, observing that Indian apparel was fragmented and unorganized, he launched Men's Wear, which later evolved into the iconic trouser brand Pantaloons. In 1997, Biyani took a daring leap by opening the first large-format Pantaloons department store in Kolkata. It was an instant blockbuster success, proving to him that the Indian consumer was desperately hungry for organized retail experiences. Inspired by the monumental scale of Walmart in the United States and Carrefour in Europe, Biyani envisioned an Indian hypermarket tailored specifically to the distinct quirks, values, and emotions of the domestic populace. In October 2001, the very first Big Bazaar opened its doors in VIP Road, Kolkata. Within days, over 100,000 eager shoppers swarmed the store, causing massive traffic jams across the city. Kishore Biyani was immediately hailed as the Sam Walton of India, a visionary pioneer who had unlocked the goldmine of Indian commerce. What made Big Bazaar an unstoppable juggernaut during its first decade? The brilliance of Big Bazaar lay in Biyani's deep psychological insight into how Indians actually shop. While Western supermarkets relied on quiet, sterile, perfectly organized parallel aisles, Biyani realized that Indian consumers felt intimidated by overly clean, luxurious environments, instinctively assuming such stores were far too expensive. To make middle-class families feel instantly at home, Biyani engineered what he called organized chaos. Store layouts were designed to mirror the sensory energy of a bustling local Indian Sabzi Mandi and Sarojini market. Loose grains of rice and lentils were piled high in open wooden barrels so customers could touch, smell, and assess quality by hand. Loud in-store announcements, energetic music, and massive bright discount placards created an infectious atmosphere of urgency. Then came his masterstroke marketing events, Sab Sast Din, scheduled around national holidays like Republic Day and Independence Day, and Maha Bakhat sales. These promotional campaigns created nationwide shopping frenzies akin to Black Friday, with queues wrapping around city blocks from 5 o'clock in the morning. Big Bazaar became synonymous with unmatched value. Emboldened by explosive success, Kishore Biyani set out to build an all-encompassing retail and lifestyle empire under the Future Group banner. Instead of consolidating and strengthening Big Bazaar's core grocery operations, Biyani embarked on a relentless diversification blitz. He launched Central for premium department store shopping, Brand Factory for discounted fashion apparel, FBB for youth fashion, Hometown for furniture, E-Zone for consumer electronics, and Food Hall for ultra-luxury gourmet foods. He even expanded into financial services, insurance, media, and film production. Furthermore, Biyani wanted to conquer neighborhood convenience shopping, aggressively acquiring regional chains like Nilgiris, Adhar, Heritage Fresh, and hundreds of Easy Day stores from Bharti Retail. At one point, Future Group was managing over 16 million square feet of prime retail space across hundreds of cities. However, this dizzying speed of expansion concealed severe structural cracks beneath the surface. Managing dozens of distinct brand formats scattered managerial focus, inflated overhead costs, and strained operational efficiency. The fatal flaw at the very heart of the Future Group empire was its financial architecture. Unlike global retail giants who fund their expansion primarily through internal cash generation or low-cost equity, Biyani funded his rapid expansion through aggressive, short-term bank borrowings and high-interest debt. Crucially, Big Bazaar chose an asset-light leasehold model. Nearly every single square foot of retail space was rented in expensive prime commercial locations and shopping malls rather than owned outright. In retail, grocery margins are razor-thin, typically hovering between 2 to 4% net profit. When you operate massive multi-story stores on expensive leases, fixed rental expenses, electricity, and staff salaries devour operating margins unless every square foot generates relentless, high-velocity sales. By 2018, Future Group's total debt had ballooned past 12,000 crore rupees, and eventually climbed over 20,000 crore rupees. The company was trapped in a terrifying liquidity loop, taking new loans simply to service the interest obligations of older loans. The empire was standing on a fragile mountain of debt. While Big Bazaar was wrestling with mounting interest bills, the Indian retail landscape underwent a violent, tectonic shift. First came the e-commerce juggernauts, Amazon India and Walmart-backed Flipkart. Armed with billions of dollars in foreign venture capital, these digital platforms began offering deep discounts, cashbacks, and doorstep delivery on electronics, apparel, and FMCG products, directly eroding Big Bazaar's highest margin categories. Kishore Biyani publicly dismissed e-commerce for years, famously asserting that online grocery models were economically unviable in India. By the time Future Group attempted to launch its own digital and omni-channel initiatives, it was far too late and critically underfunded. Simultaneously, a formidable domestic competitor emerged, Avenue Supermart's DMart, founded by legendary value investor Redhakshan Damani. DMart executed the exact opposite strategy of Big Bazaar. They owned their store real estate instead of renting, kept store fit-outs minimal, paid suppliers within days to secure rock-bottom wholesale prices, and focused strictly on high-turnover essential goods. While DMart generated enormous cash reserves and zero debt, Big Bazaar was bleeding cash at every turn. In a desperate bid to improve margins, Kishore Biyani attempted to transform Future Group into a FMCG powerhouse through Future Consumer. He launched dozens of in-house private labels, such as Tasty Treat Snacks, Clean Mate detergents, Care Mate toiletries, and Golden Harvest staples. The strategic plan was to replace established national brands like Nestle, Hindustan Unilever, and Britannia on Big Bazaar shelves with higher-margin internal products. However, building trusted consumer brands takes decades of brand equity and multi-million-dollar advertising. Indian consumers visited Big Bazaar expecting to buy their favorite trusted household brands at discounted rates. When they found aisles filled with unfamiliar in-house labels and essential products frequently out of stock, customer satisfaction plummeted. Compounding this, as cash flow deteriorated, Future Group began delaying payments to vendors and FMCG distributors. Leading FMCG manufacturers responded by cutting off supply lines. Soon, the once bountiful aisles of Big Bazaar began to feature bare shelves, further driving loyal shoppers into the waiting arms of competitors. If Big Bazaar was already gasping for breath under crushing debt and supply disruptions, the year 2020 delivered the fatal strike, the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic. In March 2020, the Indian government announced one of the world's strictest nationwide lockdowns to halt the spread of the virus. Malls and non-essential commercial centers were shuttered overnight. For months, footfalls dropped to near zero. Big Bazaar's apparel, lifestyle, and general merchandise sales, which provided the vital gross profit margins needed to survive, ground to a complete halt. Yet, the fixed operational expenses did not stop. Massive rent obligations for hundreds of prime properties, electricity charges, and warehouse overheads continued to accumulate at hundreds of crores per month. Future Group's revenue evaporated, while its debt servicing obligations remained unyielding. By mid-2020, Future Retail was defaulting on bank loans, commercial papers, and vendor payments. Kishore Biyani was left with only one viable option to save his life's work from immediate liquidation: find a massive white knight investor. In August 2020, Kishore Biyani announced what appeared to be a monumental rescue deal. Reliance Retail, led by Asia's richest man Mukesh Ambani, agreed to acquire Future Group's entire retail, wholesale, logistics, and warehousing business for 24,713 crore rupees. The deal promised to pay off lenders, settle debts, and safeguard thousands of retail jobs. However, standing directly in the way was global e-commerce titan Amazon, led by Jeff Bezos. Just a year earlier, in 2019, Amazon had invested 1,400 crore rupees to acquire a 49% stake in Future Coupons, which included restrictive covenants and non-compete clauses prohibiting Future Group from selling its retail assets to restricted competitors, including Reliance. Amazon immediately dragged Future Group to the Singapore International Arbitration Center, securing an emergency injunction to block the Reliance deal. What followed was one of the fiercest, most high-stakes corporate legal wars in modern Indian history. The battle played out across the Delhi High Court, the National Company Law Tribunal, and the Supreme Court of India. While corporate lawyers argued for 18 agonizing months, Future Group's financial health bled out completely. By early 2022, with legal battles dragging on indefinitely and Future Retail unable to pay rent for over a year, Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Retail executed a breathtaking and ruthless corporate maneuver. Reliance had quietly approached the commercial landlords of nearly 900 Big Bazaar and Central Store properties, taking over the master leases directly and subleasing them back to Future Retail on short-term arrangements. In late February 2022, citing hundreds of crores in unpaid sublease dues, Reliance Retail took direct physical possession of over 800 Big Bazaar stores across the country in an overnight operation. Workers arrived in the dead of night to pull down the iconic Big Bazaar signboards. In their place, brand new signboards were mounted bearing the name, Smart Bazaar. Shortly thereafter, Reliance's secured lenders voted against the 24,000 crore acquisition scheme, leading Reliance to formally walk away. Big Bazaar's store network was gone, its inventory seized, and the 30-year-old retail empire lay dismantled overnight. In mid-2022, the National Company Law Tribunal formally admitted Future Retail into corporate insolvency resolution proceedings. Banks and financial institutions were left with over 17,000 crore rupees in bad debts, while shareholders saw their wealth wiped out. The painful downfall of Big Bazaar provides 4 timeless and indispensable lessons for modern business leaders and entrepreneurs. First, expansion must never outpace financial sustainability. Debt-fueled growth without adequate cash buffers is a recipe for catastrophe. Second, in low-margin retail, cost discipline and real estate control are everything, as demonstrated by DMart's enduring profitability. Third, complacency toward technological disruption is fatal. Ignoring the speed of digital commerce can render a market leader obsolete within a decade. And finally, complex corporate entanglements and conflicting shareholder agreements can trap a company when rapid decisive action is needed most. Big Bazaar will always hold a cherished place in Indian economic history as the pioneer that dared to teach 1 billion people how to shop in modern India. Its meteoric rise and heartbreaking collapse stand as an eternal testament to the unforgiving velocity of business in the 21st century.